Hello everyone and welcome into yet another live stream. Hi, how are you all doing? Who's up? There we go. So, hi the donut, hi the visitor, hi the other side, hi the but simple. Hi everyone. Of course, capacitors go. Well, yeah, it's gonna be actually a pretty fun capacitor live stream for one reason. That reason being... the reason why the stream is gonna be fun is... You'll see the reason why this is gonna be a fun live stream is... It's 481, too, if I'm not mistaken. The reason why this live stream is gonna be so fun... Oh, hi there, Alex. Oh yeah, I guess we will be doing physics, kind of, so yeah. All the way to the introduction book. Alright. So this is gonna be a pretty fun stream because... This is gonna be a fun stream because... Give me a second, okay? Just a second. How are you all doing, by the way, in this fine evening, morning, midnight time? Having fun? Hi, the theft! Satisfactory? Not quite. No, not quite satisfactory. Well, the kind of capacitors. You'll see what I mean soon. You'll see what I mean exactly soon. Never planned to join the physics stream. It just happens that because most of the time you stream at horrendous hours. That is true. I am feeling awful right now. Absolutely awful. I don't know why. It could be malnourishment, just a tiny little bit of malnourishment. It could be the fact that my entire office has been smelling like oxygen and a tiny little hint of sulfur. And it's probably just my brain, it's probably just the placebo effect of my brain thinking that's what sulfur trioxide smells like. And that's why I feel like dying. It could also be it. Could also be the fact that I don't know, could be anything. But I'm feeling absolutely load awful. Oh boy. This is, right now, I'm really tired. And this is me after 3 cups of coffee and a caffeine pill. I'm actually drinking the third one right now. Today is just not my day. Can't win them all. Make it electric for a huge capacitor. Actually, that's what's so very interesting about capacitors. Let me show you what I mean. You know, whilst we stay waiting, might as well. I'm gonna give you all a quick. Me too, very tidy here. Yeah, we're both just have to figure it out. Okay, so let me give you all like a quick reason for why capacitors would be so cool. So we have capacitors, right? When it comes to my setup, I only have polarized ones because I didn't buy any fixed capacitors, which is a bit of a problem because they are a bit different. But the theory of operation is right here, and there's a lot of boring physics for nerd stuff. But the basic idea is this. An ideal capacitor is characterized by a constant capacitance C in farads in the SI system of units, defined as the ratio of positive or negative charge Q on each conductor to voltage between them. A capacitance 1 farad, that means 1 coulomb of charge on each conductor causes a voltage of 1 volt across the device. Because the conductors or plates are close together, the opposite charges on the conductor attract one another due to the electric fields allowing capacitors stored more charge than voltage. Yeah. Charge sometimes affects the capacitor mechanically, causing its capacitance to vary. In this case, capacitance is defined in terms of incremental changes. And you just call physics boring. I mean, maybe I don't remember what I said. I was mostly trying to emphasize the for nerds part. It's not boring. I've just been over 70 different theories on how electrons behave, and it just takes a toll, you know. Oh, what are we doing? Ionic bonding? polar bonding, molecular orbital theory, material science, quantum mechanics from a different angle. Oh, what is spin? Hey, have you heard about orbitals? But subshells and shells are also a different thing. Hey, do you know how spin affects the freaking bonding? Because apparently it does. You know what in phase and out of phase is? Because I do. I'm tired of electrons. There are so many theories. It's a single thing. Not theories, models. There's like a singular theory. There's just a lot of models, and there's a lot of them. I don't want more. I don't want more. Oh, jeez. Did you all know that you can apply molecular orbital theory to metallic bonding? It's actually pretty fun. You should just skip today's stream and the sleep will be good for you. No! I pinky promised! And you never break a pinky promise. Make it go with schizo and electrons taking at this point. I mean, do you all have any idea how many models there are to describe the behavior of electrons? It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. And we've been over most of them by now. I'm tired. Oh, my left ear is ringing. Whoops. I still don't know what spin is. Oh, Alex, actually, how splendid you're here. Do you know what electron spin is? Because I've been talking with Flame, and we haven't got a clue. I don't know what electron spin is. Apparently, it's just like there's no good analogy for electron spin. Like, electron spin is just like a value. Electron like spinning ball, but it's not the ball. It's not the reason. That's what I said. That's what I said. You can actually go back a couple of years. You can see that's literally what I said. Well, I had my rant about spin. That's how I started. Yeah, because I would really love to explain it in the video, but I just don't have a single good analogy. Because apparently spin is just like if electrons were spinning, except not really. Like, spin seems to behave mostly like angular spin momentum, but not really. It's bizarre. Okay, but like, the thing is, if I do remember correctly, best way to start is to understand electrons have momentum, like spinning sub-electron, also a dot, and dots don't spin. Electron is actually not a dot, it's a cloud of probability of dot being in different places, which is even worse. That cloud isn't spinning either. We call an internal amount of angular momentum. It's not coming from any movement, but it has the same units as angular momentum. Oh my goodness, Tefta!
Hey.
Hi there. Hi, Tefta. Hi. Oh, I was running out of topics to rant on the stream at this point. Hi, the Tefta. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Sorry for...
Good to be here.
Yeah, sorry for not doing the stream earlier on. That's mostly because of the fact that I'm awful when it comes to prepping stuff and just simply poor planning.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I have a question, a rather
Yes.
important one. When it comes to the coffee clicker.
Yeah, I actually just used it today.
How
it was a
shocking
success.
is it?
So I haven't actually put the shocking part on.
Perfect.
Because I would
That's
but I left 4-pin headers to connect it as an add-on. So that was my prep.
That's actually exactly the answer I was expecting and hoping for, because what I thought we could do today is something which we both actually need for projects.
Okay.
Which is basically, okay, as far as I'm aware, what we need for projects is deep understanding of capacitors. Do you know how capacitors work?
I know how decoupling capacitors work only because I've been using them a lot in my latest designs. And because I actually had to send electricity to a motor, and the motor spins, and even when you stop applying electricity, and it will induce voltage charge, or current into the system. So I actually added a diode and a capacitor to help mitigate any spare current charges messing with the
That is
microcontroller.
really advanced, actually. That is an
That's
extremely
that's my
advanced usage of a capacitor.
but my knowledge of capacitors is limited. I've just used them in these specific arenas. I couldn't tell you much about how they operate.
Yeah, that's the
I
problem. Because I, for example,
because there's
know how they operate. But the problem is, like, in electricity, you never. Because I know the physical reason, the physical operation of a capacitor. I know that part. The
Okay.
issue is, when it comes to electricity, you never use the physical aspect because that never works. And the problem with capacitors, from what I've seen, it seems like the most complex part you can possibly have in any circuit, just because
Yeah.
of the different ways in which they operate. The reason why I think capacitors could solve our problems is that, if I understand correctly, like oversimplifying it crazy lot, you have capacitance, which is defined as charge per voltage, and capacitance basically is a constant per capacitor. And because of that, this ratio always stays the same with a huge asterisk attached, but there's always going to be an asterisk, of course. There's electricity, there's always an asterisk. But the point is, it keeps this ratio constant, which is really convenient if you want to shock people or if you want to create sparks, which, as it just so happens, it actually aligns perfectly. Not gonna lie, I was planning today. When I planned this stream, I thought we could do some prototyping. We could make like a MOSFET ESC, but then I realized just how boring that would be, because that would be just 2 hours of me soldering stuff with absolutely no creative input. It would just, like, I have the
well, have
whole-
you? Can you turn on the? Well, my camera's on. I thought my little logo would show it, but I do have this, which is used to step up the voltage, and it uses
Hold on.
capacitors and diodes.
Let me show you one. There we go. Oh my goodness.
So what this is because I was working on this device. It's for just a side project with an asymmetric capacitor, but I have to have a super high voltage. So this, I think, is an AC circuit, but if you see on the back, it actually steps up the voltage. But you use capacitors and diodes to, get like 150,000 volts or something.
Yeah,
It multiplies it. It multiplies it by 24, but I don't know exactly how that operates. So yeah. So
Yes,
yeah,
that
and
seems
then
like something
here's
useful.
here's a circuit Make It was talking about that I designed with capacitors.
This is the
Those
coffee
little-
clicker, everyone.
Yeah,
It's-
one of the versions of the coffee clicker.
That's actually such.
And it was a success today, and it actually worked, and we used it at our group, which was amazing. So
That is so incredibly professional. I sent you image of the first electrical thing I've done. And
Okay.
What did you
Let's take a
think
look.
about that image? I can't show it on stream yet because that's a Patreon only secret. What did you
Let me
think
take a
about
look.
that image? Because it's just beautiful. In
Where'd you
my-
send it?
I think on the Patreon chat. I'm pretty certain.
Oh, the spoiler one. I haven't
Yeah.
clicked on. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious.
It's beautiful, isn't it? and so
Marvelous. It's marvelous.
when you compare, what I did with like the design of my thing with the design of yours. Like, I don't want to point any fingers, but one of them, like when you compare coffee
Yeah.
clicker with my thing, one of them is professional. I don't
Well,
want to point
it's
any
only
finger.
because there's no way to make a device this small without using a whole bunch of wires, right? Or you can't use a whole bunch of wires to do this because there's too many. So it would be a jumbled up mess. So I have to use a printed circuit board. And since they're so cheap, like the boards themselves cost $2. It's the shipping that's $18.
That's precisely
I mean,
my problem, actually.
It's
I
it's
want-
amazing. It does all the wiring for you, and you just make sure that your KiCad file is good. You send it. It's super cheap. Like, why would I
precisely
waste my
my
time?
problem.
The hours I spend that So I literally, this is the 6th version of PCB, or 7th now, because I made mistakes, but I'm learning. And each time I make a board, it's $30, and I get 30 of them.
But that's
So it's
precisely
like
my
a
problem.
dollar
If you
each.
take a look at that picture, you can see that the entire mess is just the cables. The cables and
Exactly,
the
exactly.
general. And you know what my biggest issue is?
Huh.
Yeah, I know PCBs are cheap. Now, actually, wanted to order a couple. If you think shipping is expensive for you, I live on the other continent, and in
Yeah.
Europe, I've been
You-
checking. There aren't any like great
Well,
PCB.
no, but go through JLC PCB
Hold on.
because this is in China. I'm not even ordering in the United States. But
Ice
JLC PCB, JLC,
JLC.
the three let.
Like that go.
There you go.
Fixed my
Hmm.
spelling skill issues.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
but
see, look at that
shipping is.
instant quote. Just press instant quote. This is for 100 by 100 millimeter design for 5 of them. Just hit instant quote, and it'll tell you how much it is.
Hold on.
Look at that, $2, and then of course do it off stream so you can enter in a fake address wherever you're at or something, and it would tell you how much the shipping is. But to get 5 prototype boards will cost you $2, and then you just pay for shipping.
Hold on.
In KiCad, you can export the Gerber
Yeah,
files
because
directly
I
to
already have the
JLC.
Gerber file. This is. No one saw that.
Ah,
Secret. But yeah, this is the PCB I designed. I actually, yeah. Also, you know what? I'm actually will order it right after stream because it's like, okay, not gonna lie, the mess of cables I made, that was kind of for a bit for the video. Like I could have done it cleaner,
Yeah.
obviously, but I was just like, you know, if it's gonna be a mess, might as well go all for it. That's why there's duct tape. Well, not duct tape, but that's why there's tape everywhere. But this will be much more convenient. So I have this. I need your honest input, honest, harsh truth. Do you think?
yeah, you need footprints because right now it looks like you're using vias.
Yes.
Vias are just holes through the PCB that you put a channel of copper to go from one side to another side on 2-layered PCBs. So you don't have any pads. All you have is the copper, which is in red, on the front side. So you've laid copper traces, but those are going to be covered with solder masks. What are those little dots? Those look like vias.
Yes, they are. So.
So yeah, so literally if you order this PCB, hit Alt 3. It will show you what it will look like after it's made.
But like design wise, would this work? That's honestly the only metric I'm.
Because I can't. So this is the PCB design. You'd have to show me the schematic.
Oh well, this is a MOSFET. Okay, can I show you? I mean, I guess I can show you also the schematic. I don't know why I'm making such a. Hold on. This.
Yeah, because this is just the PCB
This
traces.
Is
I mean,
this
there's.
schematic. This is the one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what you don't have is the footprints for those. Go here 1 second. Let me find this.
Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, I didn't look up a tutorial or anything. I just.
No worry. Oops, wrong one. So I'll open up the mine and I'm going to share it on. There we go.
Is it like something to vulnerability or specific compound element? Capacitance, actually, it's chemically. Oh boy, if I do remember correctly, capacitance was defined in relation of alignment of dipole moments, I think. It's a mess of a definition because you have electrical, chemical, and physical definition, if I do remember correctly.
You need to go to tools and go to edit symbol fields.
Tools.
No. In schematic, not in PCB.
Edit,
Tools, edit symbol fields.
edit
In the
symbol
middle.
fields. Yes.
So now look. So you don't have any footprints for those parts because there's a footprint column.
Mhm.
And so you need a on the right side. Yeah, there you go. If you click on the little library, the 3 books, you can actually select a footprint. So what you'll need to do is find the footprint of the device that you're using in order to make the PCB.
All right, so
Your
just in case
schematic is good, but your
anyone on stream doesn't know what's a footprint. I know, obviously, I know, but I'm a
So,
professional, just like in case.
every time you see a hole in a PCB or a pad that's uncovered, that's the footprint of the component. So if you can imagine a device with 3 pins, like straight down, the footprint would be 3 copper holes that are drilled through. And that's where you would actually solder onto the PCB. Without the footprint of the component, you cannot have a PCB. because the footprints are the interface between the copper layer on the surface of the PCB with the part that you're applying, whether it's a capacitor, a resistor, or whatever. So everything has a footprint, which usually amounts to the surface copper, the surface conductor, in which you solder the component to.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's what I was misunderstanding, because I thought devices were those.
Vias are used when you
Vias.
actually route a path. Sometimes it's impossible to only do it on 2D to make sure that one path is not intersecting another, because the layer of copper is just a single layer. So you use a via to pass it through to another side. So vias are used if you want one side of the PCB to connect to the opposite side. They're used heavily even in like 6-layer PCBs. But those are just to route the wires from one side of the board to another.
I see then where I made the mistake. Wait, how do I footprint library browser?
Yeah, so you're in the footprint library. So usually you have to know what type of part that you have. So THT means through hole. So whenever you see that THT, it means a through hole device. And SMD is like surface mounted device. That's what I think of it as. I don't know the actual acronym. They use SMT and SMD. So it gets kind of confusing. But that's why you'll see that a lot here.
Okay, so if I wanted a transistor, for example, a MOSFET, hypothetically,
Sure. You're using a MOSFET. Yep.
then where would I find one?
Well, do you have your camera? Can you show me what MOSFET it is, or can you pull up an image of it
That's
online?
a problem. I have the. Hold on.
No, you just need to find a component that, or even the link to where you bought it from. We need to look at.
Oh yeah. Oh, name. I can give you the name easily. I have.
Yeah,
Lying
we'll,
around
we'll look it up.
All right. So. Got one right here. I have to fix my webcam somehow. To be fair, I bought it for not a lot of money, and I was kind of expecting it to be a single-use only webcam. Alright, so DIT 150 N03. I don't know how much of that name is actually important. Damn it. DIT 150.
Biotech semiconductor. I'll put the link in our chat for where we're talking.
Yes.
Okay. So the pins on the bottom are 2.5 millimeters apart, which I will just show. Copy the clipboard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
this is
since
the scale.
yeah, so here's what I would do if I were you, since they're labeled 1, 2, 3. What you want yes. Okay. So we're going to go into footprint editor. Sorry. Go back to the schematic. Yeah, and then go to tools and where were we at? What's that called again?
Edit symbol fields.
Edit symbol fields. Now, which one is the transistor? It's the top. Is it Q1 through 7 or?
Yeah, it should be. Because this W does the switches.
Yeah. So click in the footprint column where it shows the little books.
Mhm.
And sorry, your stream is a little delayed for me. And we want to go. Oh yeah, if you give me one Discord, it'll be a little bit faster. Perfect. Let me pull this up. Tools.
Hide the flame, by the way, when they're hungry.
Okay, so on the left side here, let me watch the stream. Perfect. On the left side, we're looking for connector pin header 2.54. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's you see it right there.
2.54. So this one.
Yeah. So now, when you clicked on that, you want to look for 1x3 vertical.
This.
Yeah, click on it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now just double click right where you're click. Yeah, there you go. So now you've defined, because the pins on the bottom of that, there's 3 of them and they're 2.54 millimeters apart. These are the standard pinner headers that most THT things would fit into. And so it's like the most generic thing. Now I'll show you how this will change it. Hit OK. Now go back to the PCB view. And now at the top, there's a symbol that looks like schematic with an angle and then PCB. It's in the middle right.
Middle right.
There you go. Click on that, and that what it does is it takes the data from the schematic and puts it in to the PCB view. And then you can just hit update PCB. And what it will do, hit close. Now you'll see the items. Yeah, so those are all of the things that you have. So now you can place those. Those are the things that you'll solder to. And you should also see connections in between them in straight lines. And it's telling you that you need to connect that with some type of copper. If you move them individually, the lines will just go from one pin to another, however they're routed. Yeah, you see how the bottom one has a line there?
Oh my goodness! I
So that tells you that tells you that the bottom is going. Yeah, and you can do that back on the schematic editor.
There is 7 of them. There should be 6. Oh no, this one can go away. All right, time to wait. How do you label stuff?
So if you click on it and hit E.
Okay, I'm so
on the keyboard, it brings it up. So the value is C2, and that's just whatever. Sorry, the reference, but the value you can put in whatever you want to.
Oh, so value is the name.
Yeah. So usually I'll put my 150K resistor. That's where I'll put the value. But in this case, if you want to give it a specific name that's written on the PCB, you'd write it here.
So we have this is wait, is this in or out? I made this circuit.
That's in on the left side. In0 goes to it.
Wait, this is to the ground. You know what? I'm just gonna call it GND1 or QGND1, just in case.
Oh, you want to know who I am? Serious?
Oh, everyone, this is Tefta. Tefta, actually, you introduced yourself. I'm gonna be labeling.
Oh yeah. So I'm a YouTuber and I work on an open source prosthetic sensor called Open Muscle. It's primarily what I do, but I'm also a cybersecurity expert and an AI consultant now.
And also involved in like creation of a couple of charities on the side, saving the world, these sort of things. That's just additional. What Tefta. Basically, what Tefta does with his life is what like I aspire to be. VCC. There we go. Wait, this is VC. I have no clue what I'm doing. Good enough.
And so, yeah. So now you want to press that button again. Yep.
I already feel so much more professional. Okay, ground 0.
I would draw it in a different spot and just delete what you had, honestly, because the last thing that you do is usually the wiring,
Okay,
because you want to. So I would delete all of that. Yeah, delete it all. So now you have this. Now, how do you want it arranged? Because those are 2.5 millimeters apart. The next thing I usually do is I figure out how big I want the device to be. So that way I know where to place everything.
Well, the size doesn't matter for me. And since, PCBs are cheap, I feel like...
So on the right side, click on the edge cut layer and draw a circle, or draw a square. So you have, under appearance on the right side, you have all the layers like FCU,
Yes.
F adhesive. Go down till you see edge cuts. There you go. Click on that. And then click on the square tool on the right bar. There you go. And just draw a square. Just click, let go, and then drag to the other end and let go. KiCad is weird. You have to click and let go in the top corner.
So like this.
No, you have to click. Oh, yeah, you got it. Cool. I couldn't tell. So now you have an arbitrary edge. So you can move that around. That's your PCB. So and then go back to click on the FCU. Yeah, that's the front copper layer. So now you can arrange those and you can rotate them however you wish. But just imagine these are how the devices are going to stick in straight up.
Okay, so I'm just move them a bit. Well, salvage, I still want it to be pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
functional. That's, yeah. Definitely why I'm doing all of this. Wait, is there a way to like only move along one axis? That's not what I meant. So
No, it's snapped to a grid. So the grid kind of helps you, and there's dots behind it. So usually I literally have to drag. Oh, so your grid is 0.01 inches. Go change that to the user grid.
wait,
Yep, there you go. And then, yeah, go all the way up to 0.1 inches, 2.54 millimeters. There you go. So this is going to snap everything to the 2.54, which is a standard
oh, that is much
distance
easier.
for, yeah. And this is usually how I design the rough sketch. But it's crazy that what are these? These are imperial numbers.
Yeah,
2.54 conversion. Yeah. I wish it was all metric, but
there we go. This connection seems odd.
yeah, so those lines are just showing you what needs to be connected once you have everything placed and start routing. But I usually use auto router for my
But they
prototypes.
shouldn't go across like this.
No,
did
I know,
something
but
wrong.
those aren't. If you just made the PCB, there would be no copper other than those holes because you have to lay down the copper lines in between them. Those are just indicators to let you know something exists that needs a wire.
Oh,
At
I
least that's
see.
how I view those, right? So if you see any of these on your device, do not order the PCB. Something is open. It's an open circuit.
Okay, so the next thing would be to go to Tools, Edit Symbol
Edit symbol
Fields,
field.
and then Resistors.
Resistors, yeah.
Except let me just first delete this one. And there was 8 of them. Oh, there we go. That's a mess. Who designed this? All right.
Yeah, and so what type of resistors do you have?
I don't. Well, what's the name? I'm hoping it's standard. Resistor.
I don't, yeah, because I don't know what they're, but
These.
there's the normal one with a wire on. Yeah, perfect. So you literally just need 2 holes for that. So let me see if I can find tools. I'll try to find one. Resistor THT. There you go. So there's a resistor THT on the left. So through hole, because that's what those are. And we just need to find one.
I am so glad
That
there's so many to pick from.
yeah. So look, like this one that has 7.62 millimeters looks good. It's axial din. Anyways, but it says 7. It's right below your mouse. You were at it.
It's 7. Hold on. There we go. This?
Yeah. So something like that. Yeah, but that's so the distance between those two is 7.67 millimeters. So you'd want to measure your
I mean,
resistor
to be
to
fair,
make sure it's
resistors,
small enough.
like, even if I get it wrong, it will be extremely easy to solder. And it's better to have a larger one than a
Yes.
smaller one.
Yeah.
Log
And
good enough, or should I actually measure it?
no, I think that's good enough. Actually, let's
Alright. You got me at
so
a good
now
enough.
you resistors, and now you need the switches. So there is a common switch that
Actually,
people
when it comes
use,
to these
which is
switches, they don't matter. They're actually,
oh,
all of
okay.
this is irrelevant.
There
That's
we go.
just my thinking designs.
So you'd save this and then convert, because I think you have to save it for the
Oh,
updates to
no
be.
warnings and no errors. That's good.
Because now all your devices are accounted for. They have footprints.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Okay, how do I arrange it right here? Oh, different way. Okay, well that's flipped 90 degrees. Also, the MOSFET I'm
Yeah.
using. Also, the MOSFET, like right here, the gate is in the middle. Right here, the gate is at the top, which been
Are you
annoying
sure?
me.
So
Yes.
look at the pin numbers. So 1, 2, and 3. You
Yeah.
have to make sure that those correspond to the pins on the.
Yeah. So this one is going to info, or maybe this is the middle one. It's always been confusing me because am I even is that the right
It
one?
looks right. Let's pull up the data sheet.
Yeah, just in case
Let me
because
look.
I do believe that for one of the MOSFETs I was using, something was off. I don't remember what exactly, but I remember it was very confusing to think about because
Yeah, so 1, 2, and 3.
first one
Does
is
it
the
say what?
gate on that MOSFET. I knew it. It's so annoying. Pin
Yeah,
number one
1.
is the gate.
Okay. Yeah, and then that corresponds with your schematic, right? Because you really have to triple check that.
Well, that's the
Gate,
problem.
drain.
Okay,
So zoom in on the footprint. Does it say?
input 0, input 2, input. Okay, so all this. Yeah, that's the problem. Right here we have the
Can you do the
first pin. Can I somehow
can you
switch the
do me a
pins?
favor? Can you do me a favor
Yeah,
and open up the PCB view and zoom in on that? Yeah, okay. So zoom in. What does that say?
middle one.
So ground is 3, 2 is N0, and 1 is net.
Yeah,
Q2 through D. Is that correctly laid out?
no. We want the input to be the first,
So this is Q2 and N0. Yeah.
and that's because right here the second. Can I switch somehow these around?
Ah, yeah. So you can click on that symbol, right click and hit. I think you have to right click and hit symbol editor. Yeah, edit with symbol editor.
And do some letter.
So you can double click on the numbers. Yeah, you can also click on the thing above it.
I can't double click.
You can click on the pass, I
There you
think.
go.
There you go. So you can change the pin number.
I can have two different things connect the same. You know what? I like that.
Yeah, you can do a lot of fun stuff. There you go.
I'm certain in the entire
And then-
history of KiCad, someone must have used that option. Just
You have to
binding
hit
it.
save. So what you're doing is modifying one. It's usually not advisable to do that because I don't think all of them will change. It's
Yeah,
just this individual one. Ideally, you'd find one with that layout, but
Yeah, but I'm not you, so I'm just gonna do the make it way, which is also
Okay.
called the borderline almost good enough way, where I
Okay.
just do things and then they don't work out, but then I blame it on other stuff, and
Okay.
I'm like, then I
because you,
make
you could have you can also just save that symbol and just replace those. But
I don't know.
so
how to
why don't you just delete those real quick and just copy and paste one so you don't have
That
to do
is
this multiple times.
smart. You know what? That is smart. Okay.
So just delete the ones that are wired wrong, and it will automatically snap to those, and we'll know that they're not connected just in case.
Okay.
It does look like the tops are not connected. The ones are those? Yeah. What's that blue line? Why do you have a blue line there?
That's digital. So that's the bus, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the bus.
Should I use
Yeah.
the wire?
Yeah. Use the wire because those buses can connect to one another sometime, so they'll do some freaky stuff. I don't use them usually.
You don't have to convince me. Like your method obviously works, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna question you. Trust me. Like, listen, if you would have told me, hey, make it delete the entire project, I would do it. Like, I wouldn't
No, no.
question. It's just
And you do want to save the changes
Oh, yes.
before, and I think you've done that.
there we go.
And now when you zoom in on the pads, they should have the proper.
We even ground. Oh goodness, no. That's wrong.
Yeah,
Wait,
because you changed those. No, it's okay. Delete all of them, the 3-pin ones. Delete all of them.
these or
Yeah, because we have some duplicates, so you're gonna have to delete all of them real quick.
go Oh, this is all. Yeah. Okay. No, I did not need to.
Those are the resistors are fine. Yeah. Now do that. Now we know that these are the updated ones with the proper pins.
Yes.
And you can rotate them by right clicking and hit rotate 90 degrees if you want. So that will be oriented kind of what you're used to.
Ground. Okay. I see the problem. The problem is me once again because we have VCC 1. That's the problem. C2, ground 1.
Welcome to electric engineering.
Honestly, it's fun.
101.
I gotta say, it
It is.
really is fun.
It's so cool to get a board that you designed in the mail.
Oh, I can imagine. Well,
It's not so fun when you mess up 6 times in a row and have to order the 7th.
well, I
but
wouldn't say it's not fun. I would just say it's not cheap.
yeah, true.
What's really bizarre though is that like it's really just the delivery costs. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
In comparison to just how useful they are, the cost of the board itself is nothing.
So are those pins correct now? The 1, 2, 3?
Input. Yes, all the inputs are at the top, and right.
And
here
then the
we have
grounds are on 3.
Grounds, yes. Grounds have grounds on 3, and the other ones have other
Awesome.
ones. This is actually pretty clean. Why? Wait,
Yeah,
why is this misaligned?
it's looking nice.
There we go.
Yeah, they can be slightly off by 1 pixel. So when you initially put stuff down, you can imagine if the grid is 2.54, it's like 0.1 off. If it's set down 0.1 off every time you move it, it's still going to be off by that 0.1
That's
on a grid,
awful.
which is really annoying. So you literally have to change the grid to whatever increment
Yeah,
it's
this
off
is-
by and then go back. Yeah, welcome to the joy
Why?
of also trying to rotate something by something other than 90 degrees is very difficult. Don't even get me started on that. I don't even know how to do that. I've seen someone do it once, and I was just like,
I
"That's
appreciate
hideous."
Blender so much now, because like
Yeah.
in Blender, even the most mundane of tasks, like people when it comes to Blender would somehow spend hours just programming a function which you're gonna use once per month, just to make it ever so slightly more convenient.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but this is really nice actually, because these resistors now. Wait, what is this connecting?
Yeah, it's showing you where they're connected to or need to be. Again, you can disregard those.
Oh,
Just
so-
kind of
okay,
place them where you
just-
want.
All
Yeah.
right, so 6, 7, 8, 5, 3, 4. The naming convention is phenomenal. 6, 7, 8. That's simple enough. All right, can I rotate them in bulk?
Yeah.
Rotate. Wait, actually, why am I just rotate everything? Yeah, rotate clockwise. That doesn't matter. It's resistor, I guess. 6, 7, 8. Correct? Yeah. 6 on the left side. Oh, this is also gonna be misaligned. We're just gonna have to deal with it. You know what? Low of good enough. I'm not making open master right now. It doesn't actually have to be good. It doesn't even have to be working. I'll just clickbait the video. There. And there.
So how I move stuff is I click, make sure everything lights up slightly, then I click a second time in the exact same spot. It's sometimes annoying, but there we go.
Oh, I feel I'm a wizard, Hagrid. There. Oh, heck yeah. It's almost as if I know what oh wait, I can do Shift R. That's so much quicker. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now this. Right here. Wait, no. Wait, no. Oh, the resistor just connects there. Okay, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna work, but I kind of want a PCB. 534. Why is it 534? Doesn't matter.
Just as long as it's consistent.
It's not, but good enough. It's the maker law. If something.
Now Now hit Alt 3 to look at the PCB.
Oh, wait, why are you sticking out?
Yeah, because we're using the header pin footprint. We don't have the proper footprint. If we did, it would have the actual shape of that transistor. Usually, you download that from like Ultimate Librarian. That's usually where I get my
Wait, but don't I want
footprints
it
from.
going in, not out? Because like the transistor
Uh,
looks like this.
yeah. I mean, those are just pins representing the 3 pins that are connected. You're using a header pin footprint.
Oh, so then I want it. Wait, so what's the one?
If you look
The
on the
opposite one?
bottom, look at the bottom. You'll see the pins going through.
Yeah, but oh, so this is the most. Okay, I see. So there'll be holes here in the end.
Yeah, yeah. Because look
Okay,
at the
I'm
bottom
slow.
shows you more.
I am really slow. You
Hmm.
need to be patient with me.
It's showing the device as if it's plugged in. This is
Yeah,
a view
I only
as if it's.
it took me a second to realize that. Only when in my brain I just accepted that the resistors are there for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, why is this line going up? Something is fishy around here, but okay.
So yeah, so you're looking at. I think that's called a net list, right? It's looking at how everything is connected to one another. So what I usually do is the auto trace. I need to cancel this. Let me show you. Let me pull that up. I have to pull that up. It is the best thing since sliced bread. KiCad Auto Router. Free router. You want to go into plugins. How do you do that? Let me see. In KiCad, in the proper window. Yeah. Plugin and content manager. So go to the screen where it shows all of the files. Yeah, there you go. And plugin is on the right side at the bottom. Looks like a box.
Plugin content manager.
All right. Yep. And you're looking for free router. There you go. Install that. So what
I
this does is free router is what I usually use because if you're in electric engineering, you really want to specify the lengths of the copper and all that stuff. But when I'm just prototyping, I just wanted to figure it out. So what this does is it literally will just route your PCB for you how it is in the schematic. As long as the schematic is correct, this thing will apply. It'll be pretty darn decent.
I just gotta say I'm a
And
huge sucker for this Linux approach of if you wanna install plugins, it just you can just do it with a single click. You don't have to
yeah.
like go on the
Oh,
internet.
apply
Looking.
pending changes, bottom right. Apply pending
Oh, that is
changes.
awful though. Okay, I really hate that though. That's because I
So
would.
now you can go back to the PCB and close this. And you're gonna have to close that window because that window is still there. Yeah, and then just yeah, it's top right, the very that click that button. Free router. Yes, you will have to install the Java.
Whoops.
So before this was just a file that was in one of the CAD ones, and it was a pain in the butt to get installed on my computer. But I ended up doing it. Now they have it as a plugin, which is amazing.
Whoops. Whoops.
And it should be installing. Auto router. Yeah, there you go. Hit start now so you don't have to wait. And it's going to figure out all the paths, and there you go.
This
So the blue means it's on the
seems
bottom, and the red it's on the top.
this seems wrong. Really, really wrong. I think I
Wow.
screwed up the schematic. Did wait? Oh, because it connects to this one. That's why I screwed it up.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. How?
So now, so there's a trick for this. You have to go back to the PCB, highlight everything, and right click, and we're gonna have to filter the selection. I think you have to right click on one of the devices after you've highlighted them all. No, highlight them all, everything, and then right click on it. Okay, is it? One second, I have to do it on my side. You're looking to select at the very top. Select and then filter selected items, and then uncheck all items and only select tracks. I think tracks, yes. Hit OK and hit delete. There you go.
Okay.
So now you want to update the PCB. There you go. So now it updates it with the new routes since you deleted that circle, and now do the free router. Sorry for telling you what to do. I feel like.
And listen, as I mentioned, if you tell me to delete the whole thing, I'll just delete the whole thing.
Okay, so now it's routed as it saw.
Well, it's not really. This just a bit off. But you know what? We like it that way. This is the make it way.
And you could do this manually, right? But see, now there's a couple of via. No, there is no vias because it's using the actual through hole of the component to go to the blue side.
Okay. 2 questions. First, if I want to also add in, let's just say hypothetically, whoops, did not mean to do that. These.
Yeah.
How
So you already
would
have
one
those.
Go about? Oh, I already have those.
Yep. So what do you, those are those labels that you use are as if you copy and paste the label and there's a second label with the exact same name, they connect to one another. So those labels are there, and I use those for my pins, and I'll show you. Like I use them all over. So what you need is to figure out how you're going to connect to that. So we need to find a footprint to connect those two.
This is really fun, and actually, I feel like this might be too much fun. I think I might go broke because I'll just keep on ordering.
Yeah.
Like I'll replace my retail therapy with just PCB ordering, and
it
is
super
financially.
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
I'm gonna blow all the patron money on PCBs.
So those 2 inputs, how are you wanting to connect to those?
Well, ideally,
like what are you gonna use to connect to them?
Ideally, this is going straight from Raspberry Pi, so ideally I would like to have input 0, 1, ground, 2, 3.
Let's make
4,
header
5,
pins.
6.
Go back to the schematic and let's place some header pins. Go to place and then symbol on the top, add symbol, and type in CON for connector.
See what now?
ON or connector.
Oh,
there you
connector.
go. And then
Okay.
yeah, so then scroll down and want a one. How many do you want? You want 1 by 2? Yeah. So
7.
I use 7. So yeah, scroll down to 7 and hit OK. Now you have 7 pins that you can route. I just put it off to the side. Now click on the N0.
I'll just move this to the other side actually.
Cool.
And
Yeah, N0. And copy and paste it.
Oh, I see. That does. Oh, I can see why this would be useful now. Okay,
Copy, paste. Yeah. And then put it there. So now all of a sudden N0 is routed to pin 1. There you go. They're connected. Now N1 is number 2. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, and so you also need connectors to ground and 3V8, which is battery. Usually 3V8 is battery.
Oh wait, no, that's not how I add it. Is it? How do I add a new one?
Yeah, you can just click on the symbol that has an A in it with a box around it.
A with box.
Below that. There you go.
All right. So.
And then just type in the name. As long as the name is identical, it will connect. Oh no, yeah. So ground works. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. So now ground's connected, but you don't need any of the positives because you're only sending the signal, and you only need the ground so it has the relative voltage. Okay, that makes sense.
And then one more thing.
But how are you going to connect 3V8 to it?
Well, I'm a smart, but you see, I'm slowly learning, which means I would go to place, add symbol,
Yeah.
connector, then connector, then look for, whoops, that's not a connector. What's the underscore 01x02?
There you go. Yep.
Pin this.
Yeah, there you go.
Right here, and then right here this. Now we go ground but because there we go, and then
There you go.
like this, then I can
Yeah.
delete this
Nice.
actually, and then I
Well,
can.
you'll still want that
Oh
ground
yeah,
there.
that's actually smart. Yeah,
It's
you are
good.
right.
It's good to have it just so you know what it is.
Wait, is that what the VCC means? What does VCC mean? I've
Yeah.
never bothered to learn it. I just seen it
There's
used like
VCC,
this.
VCD. It depends on what it's used for. Meaning. Let me look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I just seen VCC used this way. I have no clue what it means. I just want to see
Voltage
professional.
voltage at the common connector.
Close enough.
And VDD means device, internal working voltage of the device. Okay.
2 errors. That's not good.
Yeah, because you don't have any footprints for those 1x2 connectors. You're gonna have to assign the footprints to them.
Oh, you are so right. You are so right.
And so VBAT is VBAT, VDig. Okay.
All right. So this. So the 2. Is there a
1x2.
blueprint? Oh. Should I just do the connector blueprint?
Yeah, you're looking for the header pins, which are the 2.54 ones down. There you go. And then 1x2 is what you
Yes,
have
this
there.
one, this
Yeah,
one.
1x2 and vertical. So 1x2 vertical, 2.54. Yeah.
Right here. The same one except 7.
There you go.
Wait. Oh, this is really fun. You know, this is much better than what I did. Okay, now. Oh boy, now it's gonna figure out for me, so I can just place it wherever, right? I can
Yeah.
just do this, but I'm gonna be smart about this still, because right here, preferably, I would like to just pop in Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
I know this is not probably the recommended way to do it, but for the sake of convenience and because I'm lazy.
You're gonna need header pins and those, connecting wires that have that. But
This is good enough. This probably is good enough. And then why is this square? Not gonna question it.
yeah, because the square is usually the ground pin, right? I think it's ground. So usually that's to tell you which direction everything is facing, because you'd want to know which pin is which and wouldn't want to accidentally, flip something upside down while you're soldering it. So
Is this good?
yeah, usually what I do is delete all of the wires and redo everything if I make a change, just because it's possible to kind of mess up. But that's just out of habit.
You know what? If it's a habit of yours, that probably means there's a reason for it. So I should also develop that habit.
So these traces too are pretty small. So you might want to thicken them up if a lot of voltage is going through them, and you'll want to look that up. It's not something I usually never deal with high voltage, so I don't have to worry about it.
I mean,
I
right
use
here,
thin traces.
voltage would be like the maximum voltage I could possibly use would be 9, but that's like if it won't
Well,
work, then I'll use 9.
it's overall current, right? So it's
Yeah,
current that you're
current
really
would be-
worried about.
There will be a lot more current.
So those wires are small, and I think if you know the physics, you could calculate how quickly they'll burn up if you have so much current going through them. Because those are like 0.2 millimeters high pieces of copper, and they're how wide? They're like 0.3 millimeters wide or 0.2.
How do
I don't know.
thicken those bad boys up?
That I don't know.
Oh.
I've never had to do it. But I think you can click on it and track width. Double click on any of them, a single track, and you can change the track width.
Wait, can
It
I?
says
is it gonna
0.25.
change for all of them, or do I have to filter?
I think you can, yeah. If you select
Um,
that, hit E. Yeah, I think you have to do it individually.
Oh no,
But if you're-
no, I do not.
If they're all selected and you hit
There we
E,
go, okay.
then okay, you can change it.
How
Don't make them intersect. Do 0.5. Or is
0.5?
it? Yeah, try that. Make sure they don't run into one another. They don't. Good. So now you have thicker traces.
How about might as well. If we're paying for delivery, let's go crazy. There we go. Do they?
Yeah, and so
They do. They
you can
absolutely do.
also
Never mind.
you could also do something crazy like have the bottom be filled in as a total ground and the top be the positive voltage. Sometimes people do that. So I can show you that as well if you want. But
Wait, delete those and restart them again. Is it gonna draw them with the thicker?
I don't think so.
No. Well, good to know. And I can't Control Z, so I have to do the same thing again.
So you see the button where it has a weird blue blob with a little line on it?
Define
The tools?
in tools. These are tools or these are tools? These,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah, those tools. Right
This.
there above that. That one. So you can use that to say fill in the entire area with copper except for when it's around the pins, and a lot of times people do that especially for the back of the device. They'll have as ground. So let me just show you this. Delete all of the traces.
I just thickened. Fine. There we go.
I know. I apologize.
It's fine. It's fine.
And click on the now the layer you want is not the front copper but back copper
This.
on
right?
the there. Yep, there you go. Now click on that weird blue symbol and drag across the whole square like you're drawing the square again. Yeah, but you want to with that symbol. Remember, you have to click and let go.
Oh yeah,
on the
you
top.
are right.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
You selected stuff, so you have to deselect things.
Hold on. This is
There you go.
very inconvenient. Like an amazing program, but I am going to.
Oh yeah. So when you click, you're gonna have to select the back copper. Yep, and hit OK. And now, I think you're drawing a box. Yep. There
Okay,
you
so
go.
the box is gonna be a bit larger than the PCB itself.
That's fine. It's just notifying it. Now go ahead and automatic trace.
All right.
So what this says is that the back is going to be all ground, and it's going to fill it in. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We'll watch it later. Now you can change the trace width.
Okay.
Cool.
It actually drew.
And I think if you
this time, I feel like this time I can get away with 75.
Now if you hit Alt 3 and look at the bottom of it, it should be filled in with copper. No, it's not. I messed up. I don't know. So that copper fill didn't work. Don't pay attention to me.
There we go. All.
It might be because it's around the outside. I'm not sure.
I can put on the inside. Oh, this is beautiful. This is outstanding.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
I don't think it's gonna
Good
work,
looking.
but this is real. I'm not hopeful. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way it works on the first try. That's just unbelievable. So yeah.
Well, you know what's so cool though about the monetary decentive or whatever you call that is that it makes me be more detail oriented. I have to double and triple check the PCBs. And a lot of times I make a mistake, but each mistake I pay for, and it helps me to learn because it sucks getting a PCB that's
And you know
routed
what?
improperly.
That is.
It
that
really
is
does.
Fair, but like, at the same time, I don't want to go broke. Like, can't
I know.
I don't know, get a negative review every time I mess up with something? Do I really?
Sometimes if you post this is why I put everything on a GitHub, especially KiCad files are really lend themselves well for being on a GitHub repo. So people can open it up and inspect it for you. So a lot of people, even like seasoned engineers, will pass off their stuff to their engineer friends and ask them to vet and to
Wait.
see if they made any mistakes.
Isn't there a way to simulate this?
I do not know that.
Because
If you find a way, let me know.
if there was a way to, well, there is the TiCAD, right? Tinkercad, sorry. Which I guess I could
Yeah.
simulate in Tinkercad. Just in case. Like, I trust my design, right? I trust it. Just, just in case. Because
There might be an It's possible there's a plugin. Spice simulation. Run probe simulations.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like there's tutorial simulating a KiCad circuit in 7 steps on Instructables. Yeah, it looks like I don't know how to add it. Modeling voltage and source current. Maybe there's a third-party one. I haven't read this tutorial, but I'll put the link in it
There
here.
appears to
Here's
be
one of them.
Parasitic. I know that one.
Plug-in to analyze wires
But
and
actually,
the
I don't know
PCB.
what that means exactly. Because the wires.
I don't know either.
I mean, I could use Tinkercad. The only issue with Tinkercad is that they hate MOSFETs. Because you have this, you have the N MOSFET transistor, and then you have no variables in there. So no threshold voltage, no nothing. So that's a bit of a problem for me. Because I kind of need to specify those. I mean, it walked a bit. That's good
Yeah.
enough, right? Like
Yeah, I mean,
technically kind of walked.
what I usually do is I set up the same thing or pieces of it on a breadboard. And as long as I'm confident with my mini breadboard circuit, then I usually won't emulate the entire thing. Well, I won't test the real thing on a breadboard. But
Yeah,
I
that's the
become
thing,
comfortable
like,
and then I order it.
I am 100% certain that a single MOSFET works. I am 90% certain that two MOSFETs work, and I am like solid 10% certain that 6 of them work.
So what I do, so make
that's,
it,
that's like,
what I
that's
do
like
on,
combined confidence of 200.
sure. So what I do on my PCB designs, if I'm unsure, I use jumper pads, right? And I reroute things a little bit just in case, right? Close. Let me see if I can show you this. Of course it's closed down.
By the way, I really don't want you to think that I'm brushing off your genuine expertise. I'm just trying to be funny for the stream.
No problem at all.
I just wanted
So
to
let
make
me.
that clear.
So yeah, so I'm sharing my screen and I have this one jumper that I'm using that I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
And so I have this here because sometimes I'll mess up. So I will put these jumpers that they are disconnected by default and then you can connect them with solder just in case, and I'll show you on the PCB.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the jumper pad, right? So yeah, so this is my PCB that I'm working on. But this jumper pad is because I wasn't sure if I want to connect these. But I also have these 6 extra pins that I usually use for places to connect to. Because if you use an X-Acto knife, you can cut any of these traces super easily on the PCB, right? But if you cut a PCB trace, it's infinitely hard or very, very difficult to solder onto a PCB trace. So add yourself some header pins at certain locations that you can use just in case you messed up. So this is, if I'm unsure, I'll add a group, usually about 6 or 8 on one side. So that way, just in case I messed up, I have a chance of fixing it. So that's my recommendation. So if you're unsure, add a couple of connections at certain parts in your circuit.
You
With
just reminded
what
me
I
of one
call,
thing because I completely forgot.
and yeah, and then also the jumper pads just in case.
I
So-
need openings in the middle. Like right here on this one, and this one, I need pins.
Okay. Yeah.
Because right now this is basically a design of an ESC which might work, but even if it did, you can't connect it to a motor. So
There you go. Yeah. So now you need the motor connections part, and something is open.
yeah, I'm sorry for the sounds. Hope you don't
Ding.
mind. All right. So I'm a smart boy. I can figure this out. So basically, the way I'd like to do it is I could do it two different ways. And you know what? I'm gonna do it the professional way actually. So I'm gonna go to place, add a symbol, connector 3 pin. There we go. Right here. That I did the
Nice.
wrong one, didn't I? I did the wrong one. Okay.
Why is it wrong? It doesn't really matter what the symbol is because the footprint is the only
Just
thing
in
that
case
matters.
I have no clue what I'm doing. Pin. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Now stop this right here, and we'll have mod 0.
Aren't those usually ABC or?
I don't I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter the name.
A funny story actually. I spent just in case. I spent days researching everything I would need for this. You know, all of the additional resources. Because one thing which really confused me is why most ESC designs were so complex. Like, if you're
Yeah.
trying to design something and every single example you find out there is exponentially more complex than what you've done, then you know that's usually a bad sign. So
Why don't you? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go right ahead.
So what I was thinking, why don't you add that resistor, uh, resistor bridge? What is it called? So that way you can use an ADC and
Sorry.
connect and measure the voltage at motor 0, motor 1, and motor 2.
Well, that's precisely the thing. I was wondering why most of these designs were so complex.
Yeah.
And the reason why is, like, this should work perfectly fine as an ESC. It's just that, for example, best example of that is pulse width modulated. Yes, that will be a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Most designs include a way to have pulse width modulation. But the reason why isn't because it's necessary, only because controlling the velocity without pulse width modulation is borderline impossible. But in my case, I don't wanna really have a good working ESC in which I can control the velocity. I just wanna spin a DC motor. That's all I wanna do. And
Yeah.
apparently,
Well,
that is a
not a
very
DC, but a three-phase brushless motor. Yeah.
all I want to do is I want it to spin. That's how low the bar is in my case. Okay, like
Yeah.
I am setting it on a height where even tripping over it would be difficult. But I'm certain I'll still manage to screw it up. Where there's a wizard, there's a way. Errors 1. Oh no. Oh yeah, I know what the error is. Okay. Enforce tools.
Oh, I don't know where I put my. Yeah, so the plus thing ground. Okay, so
There. Why isn't this one connected? Or is it connected? Okay, it is connected. There we go. Those are awfully close. Are they gonna merge? Ah, I don't like it. Damn it. That's too close, isn't it?
and then we need ground.
Is there like a way to um fix as in not fix plugins, modify plugins, like a plugins options thing?
What are you looking for?
I'm basically trying to find a way for the free routing plugin to account for larger thingamajigs.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to automatically do that.
Because yeah, this is not.
Maybe it's in plugin settings, or can you right click on that square?
No, I already tried. I could just walk around it like this. Like technically, this is a walk around because these aren't touching anymore. Technically, like technically, this is a fix. Not a good one. Pretty awful one, in fact.
Yeah.
But technically, it's a fix. Um, yeah, there seems to be a gap between them, but
So you can set up one of these if you want. It's also a way for you to measure it. I would want this added to your circuit if I
general
was.
settings. Hold on. Oh, there are general settings. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm just.
This is the only thing I would add. Make it, and I put it into the chat.
Let me see. Oh, to wait, so that I may have.
So this is so you can measure the output safely. Otherwise, there's no good way of safely measuring the output of the motor of your device, of your ESC. This sets up a resistor before and after the connection to the motor and goes to ground through a resistor.
Oh
So
no,
just
I'm gonna measure it with a multimeter, because I'm gonna only measure it like when
okay.
the Raspberry Pi won't be. I know it's a bad idea. I just want to go on record. I am fully aware of that fact.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's more about pride than
Okay.
yeah. At this point, which is one of the seven deadly sins, if I'm not mistaken. At this point, it's
It
just
is
about
because
pride.
you can break your multimeter. It's possible to.
Well, I
So
haven't.
this allows.
Oh, by the first of all, it's already broken. Kind of too
I
late
wonder
for
why.
that. So my multimeter, you know how you have like uh, two separate inputs, one for measuring 20 amperes, the other one
Current.
for measuring less amperes, like lower
Yeah.
amperages. The one for measuring lower amperages is broken. So whoops. Kind
So
of too
one.
late
So
for that.
usually what happens is one side is you measure current because you have to have the
Yes, you have
device in
one
series.
for voltage, ohms, and all the other junk, and then you have one for one for large current, one for small current.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you know, one which can handle low of current, and the other one which is used for precise measurements. And the one used for precise measurements is broken because I kind of used a large current on the one which cannot really handle large currents. So kind of too late with that.
Yeah.
This is a make it moment. This is make it Tefta moment where you're basically trying to warn me or something. I'm like, oh, don't worry, Tefta, I already broke it.
I'll listen to you no matter what you say, unless I don't like what you say, and then I
I'll
won't
listen to you no matter what you say. Keep in mind, I already have screwed up a lot of things. I just need a time machine then. Wait, is there no there? Why can you? Oh, there we go. No, that's wrong. Settings, general, no. Routing, no.
Snap angle dynamic.
Auto router, no. Why is there that? That seems like such an obvious thing to.
Maybe it's an appearance.
Miscellaneous. Oh. Undo, redo, acknowledge violations. It does seem like something that would be in general. Or maybe there's a way to do it. Wait, wouldn't there be like a way to. I'm so glad it's error.
Yeah, look at. Oh,
Root. Interactive router settings. No. hold on. Oh, hold on. I think this might work. Let's set something like 75 just to make sure that's gonna work. Now let's try it. It did not. Okay. I was really hopeful. I was really hoping. I am feeling so weak. Like, right now, this is me after 3 cups of coffee and a caffeine pill. Oh. Design rules. Where are design rules? Uh, can I change it in Python?
Probably.
That actually might be a pretty simple fix. What would it be called? Right. Cat changing values in Python. I was really hoping it would fill in the thing. It did not. Whoops. Oh, damn it. I was really hoping it would just do the work for me.
Okay.
Uh,
Edge cuts. One, 3, 5.
I'm doing such a huge pointless workaround for this.
Oh, that's because I had you fill the non-copper zones. That's why that didn't work. Area name is ground. Ah. Okay, I figured out the ground plate issue.
You mean to tell me that you can control things like these, but you can't control the width of a track? you can control the weights on the preferred directions, but you can't control the width. That's why. Routing, yes. Pattern gap, tide region. What do these mean?
Oh. Ah, that's why you have to select the net ground. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I'm learning too.
I'm struggling.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get the free router to free route them with a larger size in mind.
Why don't you just change them?
Because when I change them, they overlap. So if I change this to 0.5, for example, like this, then these two connect. And they shouldn't.
Oh, well, just move them.
Yeah, but that means I'll have to do everything manually.
Well, just move the ones that it connects. Yeah.
The problem is, I won't be sure I got all of them. Well, it seems like only these two connect. Uh,
So you can do this. How about delete all? Oh no, that won't work because you can move them apart. You can select some copper lines you can make manually and then tell it to fill in the rest.
I'm just going to
And you do want to
resize them
include
to 35.
vias, yeah, just in case.
The vias, you say? All right.
Well, I don't think you have any vias, but usually you would delete the vias as well. But you don't have any, so.
Wait, so this is it? Is that the thing? That was a lot. That was cool. I like it. That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
I have a PCB which probably won't work. Ah, now it's time to spend 20 bucks to get a PCB. Wait for it for how long does it usually take?
Well, for me, it takes it about 7 days, days to 2 weeks.
Yeah, so now it's time to spend 20 bucks. Wait 1 to 2 weeks. Test it. Then it will fail. And then just. Well, then we'll see. I'll either give up or I'll keep going depending on how my channel will be performing at the time.
Yeah. But no, but it looks good, man. You've designed your first PCB. So I'll show you now how to export it into a way to upload it.
I mean, I feel like I did it already once or twice.
Okay.
Hold on, how did I do it though? Did I do a fabrication output Gerber? Isn't this how we do
There
it?
you go. Yeah, and so you want to do 2 steps. The first one is either you can plot this and then figure out where you're going to put it because you're going to have to zip all these files together. So I put them in their own directory. So the top right where you have the output directory, I would
Yes.
create that.
That's why I created Gerber for this one. This is gonna be new Gerber. I'm phenomenal with names.
There you go.
Plot? Not generate.
Plot. Yeah, and then you need plot and then generate the drill files. And it's the new Gerber. So generate the map and generate the drill file. There you go.
Sick.
So now you can upload this directly to PCBWay or JLC PCB, and you can order it.
Heck yeah.
So the size of the PCB matters on the cost, but usually if you're only getting like 5, because that's the minimum order, and it's only
Yeah, it's
$2.
just delivery. Just gonna, which is great. Sick.
Yeah.
I am so tired. We have to figure out,
Ta-da!
we have to figure out some kind of stream because I really do wanna stream more often. It's really fun. But it's just that I'm struggling when it comes to the topic of a stream. Because for most of
Yeah.
the things which I feel like would actually work for us to stream individually won't work as a group, as multiple people. So for example, for me, I can pull off a walking stream or a research stream. You could pull off a designing. I forgot the word designing. I'm really tired. You could pull off a designing stream by yourself, but when we come together, it's difficult to merge them.
Yeah. Well, now you know as much as I do about PCB design.
Well, let's
Pretty
not go that
much.
far.
No, seriously, that's the extent of it. I mean, just experience.
Yeah, but the
Messing
experience is
up.
like pretty important, I would say.
But you use all the tools that I use and all of the options that I've used on my PCBs. So that I think you have a good understanding now.
I would like to make a point of the fact that it's probably not gonna work. Okay, it
Maybe.
worked with the general PCB. Kind of worked. Didn't really. Well, technically worked. You know what? I just don't want to work with general PCBs anymore. They are awful. They are. I don't like them. They are so awful. Honestly, if it would cost me $20 to just not use general PCBs, I'm willing to pay. I am willing to pay for
Yeah.
it. For
Well,
anyone.
ever since I've been making my PCBs, I only use a breadboard and then I make a PCB.
And I
That's
get
like
why,
my
because
design flow.
I really wish there was like a cheaper way to get them.
Well, it's not the only cheaper way you can get is if you get the copper plates. You can get fiberglass with copper plates. And then what people usually do is they take like a knife and they'll cut the copper off the top layer and they'll break it into squares and then you can solder stuff onto it. That's one way people. Or you can actually get a milling machine, some kind of a cheap what do you call it? CNC machine. But you just do the same thing, but you just get rid of the copper on that top layer. People even do laser stuff. And you can also use chemical process to make your own PCBs with like it's like lithographic or whatever you call it with photo sensitive stuff. And then you can pour the chemical on. So there's options to make your own PCBs at home. I think you can do it with laser engravers.
Is there like a 3D printer version of a PCB? As in, like.
That's what I'm talking about.
How?
So there are. So you can use a CNC machine, which is like a 1-layer PCB, and you buy these copper and fiberglass sheets, and then it just cuts away the copper where you don't need, but it's only 1 layer. Or you can buy the same type of copper fiberglass sheets, but you do some kind of chemical process to them.
Is that. Wait, a CNC machine? Oh!
A drill bit.
Oh, I had no idea what a CNC machine even was. Okay, so CNC machine, like you can buy a CNC machine and then use it to make PCBs.
Yeah, like single layer PCBs. Once you get into dual layer and needing vias, it's difficult. But
I mean,
yeah,
single layer
but
is still a
KiCad gives you
huge
everything you
profit.
need.
It's actually
Yes.
it's not that expensive. It's like $190.
You have to make sure that it can cut the medium that you want it to, which I'm pretty sure it's a thin layer of copper and fiberglass usually.
$300.
Yeah, it's something I haven't bought yet, but I will I just my PCBs are so complicated.
Yeah,
Maybe
for your
someday I'll
PCBs
have a
are
shop to have one of those.
because you do need multiple layers. I
Yeah.
just don't want to use general PCBs. That's my only reason.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But like you said, it's addicting. Once you get one, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'll make one for
that's
this
the
and one
problem.
for this.
It's always the things which always hold you back when it comes to like designing stuff. It's always the most boring parts. Like for example, it's not the design. It's like the designing bit is fun, but the most time
Yeah,
consuming bit is actually building the thing. Or if you don't want to
yeah.
build the thing, if you don't want to use general PCBs, you can use custom ones, but then you have to wait for a week.
That's why my videos, like, I've been trying to figure out how to put those into YouTube videos. Like today, I'm going to be recording one. I actually had an interview with Delta Robotics,
You should.
and I had to modify a PCB. So I'm going to have a news update, show me working on the PCB, describe the process, and while I'm going to be working on it, I'm going to have the interview with them playing. So that way it's still entertaining, but it's difficult because there's so much tedious work that goes
One
into it.
thing which is pretty weird to me is you really should be streaming when you're designing stuff. That's what I think you should do. Because
I could,
to be
yeah,
fair, I am biased. I have been doing this for what 500 days at this point.
yeah,
But really feel like you should do it because then when you're streaming, it takes like a certain kind of load off your chest when you're walking on stuff. Where basically, you know that feeling you get when you uh, try to do something and then it ends up not working in the slightest, and then you realize that you would just wasted 3 hours.
yeah.
Well, with streaming, it's very convenient because if you waste those 3 hours, then at the end you'll be like, oh well, at least I did the stream, and that kind of denial is what really pushes me forward in life.
That's actually a good idea. I should. I was a little embarrassed though because I make mistakes, but I really don't care.
Have you seen my
Because
streams?
yeah, yeah.
This entire
No,
stream
that's
was just you teaching me how to use KiCad. I am always the idiot of the stream. You just have to own that. You really there's no going around it. You just have to
no.
own that title. Like
I think in relation to anyone, yeah, that's true because there's always somebody smarter out there usually. But I think that you're right. I will start streaming this because I know that some of the people that watch me like my electronics and that's why they subscribed. So I should do that.
yeah, I mean that's why you do two kinds of streams. Oh my goodness, that's like the one thing I'm actually good at. I am awful at socializing, mostly because I have nothing in common with anyone. Because the only thing I know is like YouTube stuff, and even I hate YouTube stuff. Like I'm the
Yeah.
usually a specialist in the room when it comes to YouTube stuff, and I hate it. So for everyone else, I am completely aware it's unbearable. But I would really recommend you just do two kinds of streams. You do the prototyping ones to be productive, and then every now and then you do a Rocket League to to get back the confidence.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's the finals.
Yeah.
That's why I do the
Yeah.
final
Yeah.
streams. I just every now and then I'm productive on stream. Do some research. I'm a complete idiot. I'm freaking out about electron spin and stuff, and then I move on to the finals.
Hey,
to see
if you
things.
ever, I have one stream that I'm actually proud of, and that was when I fixed my oscilloscope, and it's literally a stream. And I was like, ah, man, it broke. So I go in, I open it up, and it's an hour and 45 minutes, and I fix it. And I'm actually surprised. And I'm like, hey, I'm so glad that I was streaming because it would usually it's kind of like a chance that you fix something because
Yeah,
it's
well,
possible you don't have the part.
I mean, I am right now in shock because whenever it never is that simple. Whenever you try to fix
Yeah.
anything, it never is that simple. Every
Yeah.
single time. It happens to be every single time. I'm like, oh yeah, just quick hours. I'll just have to fix something. It's never an hour, and it never works.
No.
It takes me
Yeah.
5 hours to realize that no, my PSU is just bent or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Speed of Light 2 and Fixing Scope. And yeah, literally I need my oscilloscope in order to finish the project, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna share it in your channel, promoting myself. Just so
Hell yeah.
this is fun though. I think that you'll get hooked on this, and this is gonna open up a whole bunch of opportunities for
Oh,
you.
I am already hooked. I mean, the only thing, I do believe I'm not, it's not gonna work out for me. The reason why is that I suffer from severe retail therapy overusage. Um,
Okay.
and when I say severe, today I bought 4 6-liter glass bottles. I needed one, but I bought 4 because I thought if I'm buying them, might as well. And so like
Yeah.
it it took an ungodly amount of restraint to not buy anything retail therapy-ish for a week. It's already difficult because I constantly live in denial. Always. I am fully aware
Yeah.
of that. What's even funny is that I'm aware of that, yet I'm in denial about the fact that my denial is a problem. Which is that's the whole topic for another conversation. And this is me being in denial that this conversation is about the topic. But the point is, I live in denial. And so whenever I see something I want to buy, I have basically 2 voices in my head. One of them is telling me, make it. Taxes. That's pretty important. You should
Yeah.
save up for those, because otherwise you're gonna it's gonna be problems. There's gonna be consequences. And you do like your electricity, you do like your water, so maybe how about you save some money? And then there's the other voice, which is like, hey, make it. That would make for a pretty funny bit in the video, wouldn't it? and one thing leads to another, and I'm spending, I don't know, $50 on a piece of metal, which works at least. At least I tried it today. It works. I'm actually pretty happy
That's awesome.
with that purchase. Oh wait, I can just give you. No, it's not. But yeah,
No, yeah, you cut the stream.
after
You
right after
cut the stream.
right after the stream, I'm going to edit something real quick, and then I'm gonna post it on Patreon. It's gonna be a Patreon only thing for now. I am working on
Awesome.
like 6 different videos at the moment. All of them are around
That's awesome.
1/3 of the way done, but it's really annoying because as fun as delayed gratification could be, it's not working out well. It's not doing wonders on my mental health. Yeah, I'll figure it out. The point is, PCB is done. Thank you so much, Tefta. Thank you
No problem.
so much. And also, if you like to stream more, because I would love to. I just don't know what to stream, honestly. That's my biggest issue. This entire thing was just an excuse to stream with you. Like, when I was planning the stream, I said we're gonna do prototyping. I started the stream by talking about capacitors, and we ended up doing PCBs. I don't care what we do.
Yeah.
I just need excuses because I
Yeah.
feel bad whenever.
Don't
I
we have
talk to you
Friendly
and stuff.
Friday? But I've been super busy. That's why. Because
problem.
I actually, yeah, I have a lot of work lined up. And even today was kind of funny because I showed off my coffee clicker, and literally one of the gentlemen was like, I want exclusive rights on that. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I mean, well, we can make it happen. See what I did there?
Yeah, yeah. Good, good.
No, but it's cool. Like, I am a little busy, but weekends are the best to get a hold of me. We can do something. You actually helped me to learn more about PCB design, so I'm actually kind of excited to figure out how to do that copper layer fill because it's something I need to get better at, and like shielding, proper shielding, and routing manually. So I always like streaming with you because you challenge me to learn more, and I like watching your streams because especially when you're studying or doing something like that, it makes me feel productive and like it motivates me to get
I
stuff
feel
done.
like I need
So
to hook you into 2 things. First of all, I need you to I need you to stream whenever you prototype, because that's just, at least for me, it makes me way more productive. To be fair,
yeah,
I am just unproductive off stream. That's a me problem. Unless I have a manic high, during a manic high, I'm insane. But unless I have a manic high, I am just extremely unproductive. So maybe that's a me problem. But basically, you don't get distracted all that much when you're streaming, because, well, you're streaming. So if there's a certain topic you're
yeah,
streaming, you want to stick to that topic, obviously. But what I would honestly love to do on weekends is just get you on the stream. I don't know, have fun, relax. As you mentioned,
Yeah,
you've been
well,
busy.
yes. And I do want to send you this video I'm working on because Delta Robotics is doing some cool stuff. And so I think I'm going to be interviewing more people and doing videos. And I have a video due this weekend that I have to deliver on Monday. So that's the only thing. Outside of that, I need to play some video games this weekend
Hell
because
yeah.
I've been busy. So yes, I agree. I want to stream with you, and we'll make an excuse to do it, and hopefully we're entertaining in the process. But I think that this is a really good intro to electronic engineering.
This is a really good
Like
intro
this stuff covers the bases.
to a very expensive hobby I'll have. The biggest issue I have right now is that I am at the same time getting into electronics, electricity,
Yeah.
chemistry, and
Chemistry.
soon
Yeah,
physics.
chemistry is expensive.
And what's really funny is that actually all of them are similar. Where basically it takes way more money to get into them than it takes to
Yeah,
maintain them. So, for example,
that's
to you
right.
right now, your monthly costs are much lower than if you had to right now get into electricity because you have all the tools, for example,
Oh,
you have way more
yeah.
expertise, stuff like these. So,
Well, I want to show you actually
uh,
something
show them.
that I actually had to spend a lot because now I'm doing surface mounting, right? And what is awesome is this book only costs 37 bucks, but it has all the surface mounted components, just like about 20 of each. So that way I was able to make these PCBs. But you're right. I had to have the microscope already and the soldering iron and the power supply,
Like
all of
this
this
shot
stuff to
right
do
now,
it. So my month,
this shot right now is just like the dream of every single person who wants to get into electrical engineering. Is that not
yeah,
Is that the oscilloscope in the background?
that's a Tektronic oscilloscope from the 80s. It has touch screen. This is from the 80s
Wait,
and it is touch screen activated, but it's not as you would think. It uses a matrix of sensors. Yeah. So, and I don't think that your streamers can see that, but that's okay.
oh yeah, they cannot
Yeah.
because I'm an idiot. That is true. There we go. Now there it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
basically,
So yeah, that's and Einstein on top of it because Einstein's sitting there. In 1 second, let me grab something. Little Einstein bobblehead. But like one of these is really needed too for like when you're doing PCB stuff, just because. Yeah, but it nickel and dimes you to death to have all the tools that you need in order to
oh
be.
yeah. So
Get done
when it
with.
comes to the things, so for example, for electricity, I just ordered a new soldering iron because with previous one it wasn't hot enough, and the new soldering iron actually got a professional one.
The best one I have ever used is the TS100.
Wait, that's a soldering iron?
It This is a soldering iron. It
That's
is
insane.
TS100. Yeah, so it literally uses a barrel jack to connect to it, and it has a little LCD screen, OLED screen, and right now it's at 50 degrees, 80, 100, 150,
That's insanely quick
200,
for
200.
that's
It's
witchcraft.
300C, 345, 380. It is now as hot as I set it at 380, and it's ready to go. And these TS100s are amazing. The tips are more expensive, they're $15 each, but I can swap them out and you can program them how you want. They're just amazing. And they have the auto off feature. And yeah, so this is my soldering iron station that I use.
Oh,
So
that
I
is
have the soldering and it just sticks
well.
there.
I was really proud of mine, but now you're kind of putting me to shame. Honestly.
All right, so remember PO box, and I'll send you my backups because I have like 3 of these.
I need to get my retail therapy under control, then move, then PO box will be there. Ah,
Yeah, but
this would be-
SMD is so fun because all these components that I have, like now I have all these charging circuits, all these N channel MOSFETs, so I can do so much now without buying anything. And these are inexpensive. Like I said, that there's over 5,000 pieces inside of here and it was 37 bucks. So, Anyone that's doing surface mounting, I recommend that getting a booklet if you get started. But
Wait,
yeah,
those
like
are
you're saying, it is expensive.
wait, those are actual pieces, as in just
Yeah. Oh, you know how small they are? They're insanely small. Each of those dots is one.
that.
I have my microscope, but I don't have it plugged in right now.
That does seem convenient. Huh.
Yeah, because if you look on the board, all these small bits, these are components.
Oh my goodness.
So these are what I designed. I designed these small bits. Right here, this is the charging circuit. It has two resistors, one capacitor. And then over here, this is the LDO. It's what converts the battery, 3 point whatever volts, to 3.3. And then I have the N channel MOSFET and the accompanying capacitors. So those are the two major sections of this PCB that I designed. And this is actually an old one. And then the third part is a resistor bridge. I never know the name of that, so it shows my stupidity. But it allows me to sample the voltage of the board. So yeah, here's the newest model. So then I also have a couple resistors here for me to safely monitor the battery supply. So now this device not only charges and is safe, but also it shows you a little battery indicator.
Oh,
So
that is.
it's kind of my
I.
yeah. And it took me 60 hours to program the code, but I got all the code done, and so it has a functional menu, and it worked. We tested it today. So electric engineering, and so now it's counting down, but it's so fun. I quite enjoy it. So yeah, it's addicting.
That
You know,
is
you go
so
from one device
impressive.
to another.
You. I can't. I'm having trouble expressing just how impressive it is. Like, and okay, let's be real. It's a.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it dumb, but it's such a trivial problem. The coffee clicker is trying to
What?
solve.
Oh,
Well, not
yeah.
it's solving basically. It's such a
Mm-hmm.
trivial problem. This is the coolest possible way you could solve a problem like this.
Yeah, and it's so funny because there's so many board meetings that people need to talk or whatever, but it mimics how our Senate and our government, you get so much time to talk, and then everyone has a turn, and it keeps track of that, and you can also keep track of votes. So for a group of people that have conversations that can get heated, it's quite helpful because that's what it does. Uh, yeah, I'm an inventor. I actually do own two patents on devices, but this is not one of them yet. But yeah, this helps manage a group of people when you're having a serious discussion in a limited amount of time. So it's a communication tool. I made a TikTok video, and I guess people have been commenting. I haven't even viewed it. They're like, "What does it do?" I just randomly took a video with my cell phone showing me working on it. But yeah, little battery and everything.
Damn, that's awesome. Damn, that's awesome. I will have to. I'll have to also do some electrical engineering streams from now on because you're getting me hooked into it a lot.
It's it's so fun if you can make something practical. And it's a lot of time though. Like I said, 60 hours to program it. I probably spent 20 hours designing it and a lot more time thinking about it. And I have video recorded, and I'm going to try to do it justice. I'm going to call the video "Taking Ideas from Inception to Reality." That's my idea because I like inventing things, and sometimes I have a process of how I break things into the simple components and do it, and that's what I thought might be entertaining for people. Because if you want to create something, there, these are my tips to actually invent. I guess I don't know. I'll stop talking.
You
That's the extent. Here's the OBS screen now.
oh, my thing. Oh no, I should my YouTube studio. There we go. I am so tired. I just woke up wrong today. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'm not feeling good. I feel like I'm actually really go take a solid nap.
that's
Thank
that's
goodness
smart. And
it's
I'll
weekend.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll try my best to do an electrical engineering team. I don't know. I'll have to fix the camera, the webcam. And
Yeah,
but if I'll be feeling for it, I'll do it, and hopefully I'll do it at reasonable times. Not you can at least join in to watch, because I know you're probably really busy.
I might, yeah, we'll see. And if I'll message you to see if you want to play some video games, even the
Oh
finals
heck
or
yeah!
something.
Oh, in the finals I got the diamond wrong, by the way.
Never mind. I retract that statement.
I mean, I, it's actually what's really funny is that you know how like you in the tournament you have the fourth place, third place, second place, first place. So
Yeah.
yeah, so once I got to platinum one, I got to 3 bars, so I was basically one good game away from getting the diamond, and even the first place didn't give me enough points. So even the first place wasn't enough. Yeah. I just think it's funny. That's it. Oh, we got first
Experience.
place. Huh? Awful. should have done better. But yeah, no. Actually, it's not honestly something like I really wanted diamond. I really wanted to get diamond one,
Yeah.
but once I got it, I just realized it's actually kind of sad.
Why?
Well, because you know you're here just showing off the coffee clicker, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got a diamond rank in that video game. I haven't ever since I got the diamond. I haven't played it a single time, because
Yeah.
I just don't wanna. it
Yeah,
genuinely
no.
upsets me the fact that you're making stuff like this and I'm playing video games.
I play video games too.
Yeah,
I
but like
just
you do stuff which are cool. I need. Yeah, that's.
well, once you get yeah, if you have a shop, like this is my main hobby. Like I don't do money sports, so I have video games and then I have my inventions, but that's what I do for fun. You make YouTube videos. I mean, I don't make nearly as many videos as you or nearly as high quality. And so you have a
Yeah,
hobby
but
as well, which other people would think is insane.
yeah, you may say the new design quality and such, but like you're getting around the same views as me, so.
Not the
That's
same
one
subs though. You
thing.
got you got 19K subs.
If you
I
don't
have
count the addition to quantum mechanics video, our channels are actually on the same level. And that's all I have. That's all I have.
That's all you have right now. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Well, get some rest, make it.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
leave you to
gonna
it.
go.
We will stream soon. I will make time for
Alright.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you for
Deft,
having me on.
Please do not like make time for me, because that would mean like not doing all the stuff, and it really doesn't make me feel well. And there goes Deft. Just mid sentence, I was just no. Don't make time for me. No. This isn't. I'm taking away from the good stuff. Anyhow, I'm gonna go now. It's weekend anyway. Well, it's almost Sunday, so I'm not gonna order the PCBs right now because they'll probably won't be making them anyway. You know, the weekend. I'm gonna go and just take a quick nap, like a quick 10 to 15 hour nap, and I want them videos to make. Right, tomorrow we'll either make a video making stream or an electrical engineering stream or both. Why not? We can do it. I'm certain. Anyhow, for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.